Sammy, and welcome to the next part in my Stream Theory playthrough of Assassin's Creed 4, where I will play the game live while also providing commentary and analysis at the same time. So first things first, I want to discuss or mention that in a few days' time I will be heading on a trip overseas for about 2 weeks, so that means that I will not be able to stream for the next 2 weeks. I won't have access to my PC and all that. So this will be the last episode for a while. That doesn't mean I'm going to be finishing up my playthrough here. I will continue right where I left off as soon as I get back, which will be beginning of September. So yeah, that's a good thing to keep in mind. I'll probably mention that at the end of the stream as well. Anybody who was not here, it's also the title of the stream. So let's see where I'm headed. Let's see the map here. Okay, so that's where we were. Mission took us over this way. Next mission will be... Didn't really notice where it was. There's a... Aha, it goes back. It does go back this way. Interesting. It's funny how we are still in the northern portion of the map here. And the game has really given us no reason to return or head to these lower portions of the map. I probably could explore here. Went through really quickly, did not do the force because at that point in the game earlier on, I wasn't really that strong enough to take on these forts. So, but it's really curious that the game is not taking us to these areas yet. So, I'm going to head back this direction. I suppose is nice because it'll allow us to, or allow me to, get these last few, what are they called, locations, and finish them off. So, let's go to this diving location. Oh, there's one little thing over here. That's kind of out of the way. Still think it's... I think I'll get that later. So, I'll head in this direction. Let's go to this wreck first. Yeah, I am sad that I will not be able to continue on with the playthrough, keep up good pace here. But really, been overseas in quite a long time, so I'm excited. I guess I'm excited for that part. Going to visit family, actually. So there's that. When I return, I'll be turning of fresh mind and fresh eyes on this game. Notice that, you know, as I go through a game, it's naturally going to get tougher and tougher to find new and interesting commentary, especially if what we're seeing in the game is largely same old stuff, and the new elements. As we go towards the end of the game, the new elements arrive at longer and longer intervals. So I have to dig deeper and deeper to find new stuff to talk about. But with a good break, I think I'll be able to come back with fresh eyes in the series and talk about stuff anew, talk about elements anew that maybe I have been overlooking. Cato YT, hello, good to see you in chat. And speak Spanish? No, not really. I understand a little bit, but can't say I am fluent whatsoever. So, yeah, sorry about that. Keep the chat English only, please. So, these hunters are taking quite a while to reach me. That's fine, I suppose. See, another thing I could probably talk about right now, as I get warmed up, is the some new story developments in the game that we've seen recently. And I had time to review the archive, I had time to review the story and the dialogue there that had trouble following as I was really like in the game. So notice that Kenway's pirate friend here, Blackbeard, he went forward with his plan to attack the British, try to get medicine for all the sick people in Nassau. And of course that provoked their ire. I shouldn't go this way. Set an entire fleet after him. When we caught up with him, we were able to fight on his awesome man of war. It was a really fun experience, especially since we're so busy on this ship here, our ship, the Jackdaw. Nowhere near as powerful, but we're getting up there. I guess I could talk about that moment of briefly being super powerful, fighting in this different type of battle. But I'll finish the story discussion here, or the recap. One of the things Edward mentioned was that it was talking about the state of Nassau and whether they should be free or they're wasting their freedom on just these wasteful pursuits, like just drinking and merriment, not making anything of it. He suggested that the observatory, a pursuit of the observatory, would probably be a more fruitful way to advance the pirates of Nassau, rather than seek any sort of politics there. So it's interesting that he mentioned that, because he doesn't really seem to care much about such things, or he never indicated that before. Now let's try a second diving mission here. Seeing a little bit of development of, his ponderings, not just of himself, but his overall community pirates there. As far as the observatory, I'm curious about how he is actually going to find that, because let's just look at the map here. Ton of stuff to get. Like, this is the closest. Curious about how he is actually making his search, because right now it seems like he has absolutely no leads towards the observatory. He seems to just be wandering about, as far as just wandering the seas, being a pirate, and then if he hears anything about the observatory, he then follows it. But right now, doesn't seem to be making that much of an effort to search for that. I find to be kind of strange. I need... trying to get in this hiding spot here. Where are the hiding spots? Oh boy, that's a shark. Area has like so few hiding spots. Definitely a challenge. Need to get to one of these air things, air barrels. Shark over there. So here, unlike the first diving area, I have to be very mindful of the hiding spots. Much more challenging version of it. That's something. There's also another obstacle I have to deal with, the eels, apparently. Which I didn't see until way too late. So maybe I want to discuss, talking about before, that last mission where I was able to where the game let me pilot one of those man of war in this fun, interesting mission. It is curious. It's that it's like a different level of battle. I'm not sure how to describe it exactly. Well, this shark is not letting me through here. It just keeps. Shark is just keeps going back and forward. Shark gonna move or what? Heck. I have no choice but to go right into him. So that battle we saw in the last mission there, very curious. A very fun way of experiencing it. It's like a totally different level as far as the strength of ships that we use and deal with. Because we were in a man of war fighting an even larger man of war, an even more powerful man of war, but one that was still controlled by AI. So it wasn't terribly difficult, however. Basically just two Goliath ships battling each other. I think we see those moments in games as kind of a palate cleanser, just to give you, let you go at the helm of a really overpowered ship. Not because it's like balanced in the long run, but rather it's just purely for fun. Oh, another one of these eels. Didn't even see that. Yeah, let's get this thing quickly to the next air barrel. I think those moments in games are called basically palate cleansers. Used a lot in more like survival type games, or not survival type. Well, survival horror type games, those types of genres. So it's unusual to see in an open world game like Assassin's Creed here. However, that does not mean it can't be fun. I went all the way over there. Wow, did not realize that. Okay, so I'm gonna need to get here. Oh boy. Come on, Kenway. There's absolutely no cover anywhere. And the only cover that there's just like full of eels. Alright, let's just go the long way then. Head in there. That's a good hide. These air things are fairly good hiding spots, temporarily at least. Right, so to finish up, I thought on the mission, fun palate cleanser, but could wonder why we don't see, like, we can't pilot or helm a man of war ship for the whole game. Like, why can't we just get a whole man of war ship for the rest of the game too? I think it's more of a balance thing, that it's fun to have an overpowered ship experience for a little while. Where the heck is this thing? I'm trying to find it. There. Okay, I'll need this. Okay, I see how I get in here. But for the long term, if we had a man of war, it would just be... I don't think it would be that fun. It's great for an instance mission like that. Okay, I still don't see the way to find this. Oh, okay, I see now. Think about it, the man of war ships are fairly slow. So we take forever just to get across the map. You wanna have a fairly speedy ship in general. Let's see what else there is in here. So I think for just exploring the map overall, the overworld, not a great idea to stick with the man of war. But for one mission where fighting one ship right away, why can't Kenway just get through here? Jeez, Kenway. Oh, okay. There was a much easier way to get through that. Let's see, what else do I need? Get this and then head back. Alright. Gotta head back now. Fast as possible. Your life depends on it, Kenway. You can go right towards the bell. Alright, Kenway, come on. I just had to do one more thing. You just couldn't go fast enough. Okay. That's fine. Okay, everything's already explored. Let's just say I succeeded that, because there is no difference. I succeeded that, and now we return back here. Since I'm off the ship, there's no punishment as far as dying. You only lose your wanted level if you die on the ship. If you die off the ship, basically no punishment in that regard. Yeah, let's head to this island here, finish that up, and then we can head towards the mission. So, I will mark that.
Let's go! Something down below us, sir!
So, to conclude on that last mission, fighting on the man of war against another man of war, as a very specific, designed mission like that, I think it works really well. And it probably works because of the fact that it doesn't exploit it. It doesn't give you that ship for too long, rather. In my theory, I think if you're able to... I have to deal with these ships now. If you have to deal with the ship, or if you have to use the ship, in the long term, you'll very quickly see the flaws of it. Too slow, too powerful, it makes ship combat just too easy. And make exploration too boring. Keep the pressure on. So close. There we go. That's better. Finish this up. Apparently, this ship wants to tussle too. Okay, so it took a lot of damage. Let's quickly loot the ship here. Guess when I finish this up, I will finish up these boarding things. I guess I'll have to repair both times. Go ahead and head towards the next island here. No, don't do that. Get a better angle on these guys. Hang on a second. Do a sound check here. I think it's alright. I can tell. I need to repair this one. From here on out, I hope that the main missions do more stuff like that last mission. Not exactly like it, but as well designed and as where's that other one? There it is. As well designed and as exciting as that. Hold paste. And on the sea, that's important. The best stuff so far has been on the sea. I don't I'm not saying that the game probably can't do anything on land that's exciting. Maybe I would appreciate that stuff if it's possible. So far, not much of the gameplay on the land portions, city portions, have been all that great. I want to see more sea-based stuff. Okay, let's get this other one. I'm not really sure I understand Kenway sometimes withdraws his swords, puts them back in the holster. Where's the other scout? Oh. He didn't die, okay. That's a little strange, but we can move on from now. I'll have to move on from here now. So even though I'm repairing here, I'm still getting a lot of resources from boarding the ship here, full resources rather than half. And continue on our trip.
Loose and swim to! On full aloft! Man your sheets!
Thou wast old ship that ever did sail, sailed on an errand on a windy day, and we're waiting for the day, waiting for the day, waiting for the day.
One thing I noticed about that mission in particular, dealing with Blackbeard there, the whole medicine storyline with Blackbeard and Nassau, it doesn't really have much to do with Edward's overall story here, with the observatory, the assassins and Templars. So it actually seems more like a side mission than anything, but it is just put in right at the main mission. So I'm curious about why it is that way. Why it wasn't, say, put off to the side as a side mission. I think one of the issues I had with the game was its lack of interesting story-based side missions. In fact, the only one it seems that we've seen so far was the Templar hunt missions. There are no other ones apparently. So if that was taken out of the main storyline, the main critical path of missions, and put off to the side as a side mission, then I think that might have been a little bit better, because it does seem to me like a side mission, over and done, not necessarily leading to any long-term goals. Like, as I said, right now, it appears that Edward has absolutely no leads as far as the main mission goes. And he's not even pursuing the leads. Like, that whole mission with Blackbeard wasn't really towards the observatory, or even trying to find out about it. So I'm not really sure what is going on here with that mission. The last time we had a dealing with the main mission stuff, the Sage. What was that, in Kingston? Yeah, it was in Kingston. That was the last time. When we saw James Kidd as well. Definitely want to upgrade the mortar. Full upgrade here. What else can I do? Out of metal, so nothing else apparently. New mortar storage. So, I'm going to need... Some of these plans require me to pursue those maps, treasure maps. I haven't seen all of them yet anyway. Other stuff just requires a lot of resources. So all in all, I think there are ways the game could have broken out some of those missions as ways to have have more interesting side missions that are also side stories and not just like assassin contracts, for instance. That would have been a nice side story to pursue in parallel to the main mission. And the advantage of that is that it allows you to, instead of pursuing it linearly like the game has it right now, you get to choose your own path through it. You can pursue it non-linearly. So like it just gives you more options of what to do. If you get tired of one, you can go to the other. It's this type of advantage that I would have preferred. Okay, so I don't think I want this one. I want to add any. So salvage. Nah, not that one. They're all the same. No. This one. I think I have another 66 speed ship. I don't really need it. Okay, so actually I'm just going to skip all the reports. I already know they were 100%, so all good there. So how about none available there, 2 available here, 1 here. So if I make this not hazardous, then it'll end up I only get 1 mission out of it. So I guess Portugal is the one I want. Make this quick because I don't really enjoy this experience. There isn't much rewarding out of it, but it is good. It is good money anyway. So Sabra Augusta, my go-to fast ship for this one. Firepower. I can see 12, 22. I have some 30s, I know. 32 here. And I actually have 2 man of war ships now. The only problem is they're kind of slow. I think I will do one of these. Kind of a medium firepower, and this one will be the man of war as a damage sponge. Yeah, so it's interesting to see that I think, as far as I can see, that there are ways that the game could have broken out some of those missions to be side missions. And those types of naval missions, side stories with the pirates, could have added more variety to the overall experience rather than have them be more linear. Same thing could have been done for the other parts of the game, like dealing with the assassins. You'd have other types of assassin missions. Like yeah, you have side storylines for each type of faction: the pirates, the assassins, maybe even the Templars. I don't know how they could have done it. And then the whole main mission thing would have been straight observatory. And if that means the main mission sequence of missions, the main storyline sequence of missions would have been shorter, I don't think that would have been that terrible. Because of if for people who wanted a more full experience, they would have gotten that by pursuing those side missions. If you just wanted to pursue the main missions, then yeah, it would be short. But those people would be missing out. I don't know, maybe I'm totally wrong about this. Maybe that whole thing with Blackbeard does eventually lead to like the next clue for the observatory. I don't know. Otherwise, I can't see any reason why that could not have been broken out for side mission. Okay, I'm already at 100%, so I won't put a ship here. There we go. Oh boy, Telemachus took a beating there. Alright, Zabra, finish this up. Back down to hazardous. And then, one final mission. Zabra Augusta can do it. Oh yeah, I can definitely do it. No problem. Okay, so 40 cargo. The experiment can do that 100%. Let's do it. And if I repair this, hopefully that'll be 100%. Yeah, okay. Send that one. Okay, are there anything that are worth doing? Yeah, these are just small potatoes. Oh, this one's not bad as far as money goes. I really don't want to sit through any more menu stuff here, so I think that's enough. It's good enough. I now have new mortars. I have top of the line mortars. Should be awesome. Can't upgrade the mortars anymore. I have them at full. All right, so. All right, I'm at a new island right now. So I've already synchronized here. Right. Yeah. Okay. I get what this is. The only thing I have left to do here is just a contract, and then the island will be done. Let's see what this one's all about. Okay. Slaver looking to kidnap human cargo from the small tribes of the West Indies will soon be meeting with other slavers in Andres Island to intercept him and put an end to his plans. Let's do it. Okay, well, right on the docks there. Oh, I think I see what's happening. Like some weird script for my ship to move away while their ship comes in. Really no cover as far as coming up there directly. I have to just try and get up there quickly. Just like that. I guess that works. Okay, do I have anything? No smoke bombs. Great. Fantastic. Look at all these dudes running towards me.
Got a clear shot about this. Oh, don't lose it now!
If I just go in from the other side.
Captain overboard!
Captain has the helm. Give me some speed!
Alright, what next? Did the island? Let's go for the main mission. There's nothing else in this quadrant to do besides just harpooning stuff. So, there's also, well, there's also the legendary ship, I suppose, but I can wait till when I am a stronger ship, hopefully upgraded. Later on in the game, I'll go after those legendaries. Okay, so heading towards the next story mission, much earlier in this part than I thought. Usually the travel time ends up being almost near the end of each part of my playthrough that I finally get to the mission. I'm really hoping that it picks up, gives me more things to do on the story front. I think that I'm fearing that the diving missions are essentially the last part of the game that we hadn't seen before. Now, essentially, we've seen everything. Now that there's like really nothing else to see, I'm gonna be strapped for commentary. I'm gonna have to dig deep, as I said before. New things to say. Okay, main mission. Hopefully this will bring in some more stuff. I really want some more variety, something new from this game. Like it's already overstayed
Yes, Blackbeard cut me loose, sadly.
certain parts of itself.
Well, that's grand. Yes, it's for the best, I think. I should have some wild stories when next we meet. Edward, your constant friendship has been my most treasured find on these seas. Well above gold and silver and rum, I prize the courage you have inspired in me this year. Thank you, sir. A fair good morrow to you.
It's curious that he feels that way, that character feels that way, when we only seen him like 2 or 3 times, for really short amounts of time, so I don't know, that indicates a problem with the storytelling, kind of.
Are you not wanted by your wives, families, and countrymen? How else to explain your government's complete disinterest in your well-being? Hostages for medicines! These were my only terms. Yet, 6 days of pure fucking silence. So I must conclude that you men are the pariahs of Charlestown, and I would profit better by using your organs for chum and your bones for char. By Christ! This is my predicament. Kill you,
or to press you into my servant. It's a decision I'll make hardly, but not with remorse. Ahoy, Edward.
What the hell are you doing, man? All of Charleston can see this mess.
It's the idea. Out of range, but well in sight.
So where's the medicine?
We sent a party ashore to partner with the governor. That were a week ago. No noise, he says.
I'll handle it. Give me a day.
There's movement up ahead. Is it soldiers?
Curious. Where exactly are we?
Aye, and in something of a
I haven't
hurry.
seen anything like this on the map
Propose
before.
we follow, else they spring something we ain't.
Wait, what is this? Oh, this is like, I guess, an instanced map that we'll never see again, probably? That's curious. I've never seen anything quite like this. Well, maybe there have been things like this in previous Assassin's Creed games, but not recently. I don't know. Let's keep on playing.
Ready for it.
Okay, so immediately it looks like a tailing mission. And apparently
Blackbeard's been at it
stealth
for 8
mission.
days already. So it's a good bet. Someone out there has prepared the medicines, just in case.
Ah, but they're stalling. Thinking up ways to avoid paying it out.
Aye, so let's find where they've gathered. Hope for the best.
Careful, Captain. We're drifting close to a watchtower.
Okay, so this seems to be more like a tailing mission slash stealth. Very curious. Stay out of the light.
There's another watchtower.
Loosen the stuff.
So this is the type of mission.
Speed will do us no favors here.
This is the type of mission where if you can do it right the first time, it'll be awesome. However, if you fail the stealth parts,
We cannot pass them undetected, Captain. And there is no other way.
There's always another way.
All stop.
wait, what happened? I don't know what just happened. Okay. I must have just accidentally pressed one of the buttons, one of the triggers there. Revealed me, but okay. Yeah, I guess that's my bad. I must have accidentally used the heavy firepower there. So this seems to be a very linear mission outside of the main map. Gives you a different kind of mission, I suppose, when they build a very specific type of stealth mission directed at form.
Hold there.
Wait a second. No, I want you to climb up. Come on, Kenway. Seriously? Climb up. Alright, I'm not gonna put up with that. I'm gonna reload and then have him do it the correct way, like I wanted him to do. Climb up on that wall. Don't know why he would not climb up. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Okay, that one was my fault. First one, not my fault. First one was platforming shenanigans. See, this is the problem with stealth here, is that if you can do it right the first time, then you feel like it's awesome, like you're doing everything perfectly. You feel like you're in the mind of perfect assassin here. If you fail, then you're doing everything over again. It ends up being a frustrating type of affair. Oh, so all I'm doing is sabotaging the bell. Okay, got it. Any optional missions, optional objectives to be aware of? No. Okay, so sabotage the bell. Should be able to do that now. Now head back to the ship. Yeah, so if you do that right the first time, without hitting any frustrating dead ends, then stealth missions are awesome. But the problems come when you make a mistake. And how the game essentially,
I see them.
a good stealth game will be able to deal with a mistake, or allow you to deal with that mistake efficiently, allow you to recover. Here, I think this is like on the face, it looks like good stealth. Because if you can do it right, then it's awesome. But the flaws reveal themselves when you make a mistake. So I don't think this is really all that good stealth. A lot of the reason why people don't like the tailing missions, because it's very easy to make a mistake, very easy to falter on that front and be seen by the person you're trying to tail. Okay, so I'm looking for that. That being said, I think it's not too tough to do it right, because the way the levels are designed, it seems to be fairly straightforward. Straightforward to the point where it is like super linear. Like your course of action. Sleep darts on crocodile, skin a crocodile, okay. Oh, I have no sleep darts, what the? That's not right. Can I craft anything? Can I craft sleep dart? Aw, man, I can't even craft sleep darts. Wait, these are sleep dart 1. Okay, crafting is unavailable at this time. Man. I think it would at least allow me to start off with a full detail of sleep darts.
If he's not the devil himself, then surely he played some tact with that. Every last one of them.
Wait, how do I... I need those sleep darts. Flaw number 2 is that the game did not start me off with sleep darts that I need for this mission. No reason why Hopefully this guy will have some sleep darts. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Can I loot this guy, please? Bullets full. Unfortunately, nobody has sleep darts. Yep, zero sleep darts. Great. Honestly, I think I should just start the mission over again. Try to get those sleep darts. Alright, let's see if these guys have sleep darts. I won't start the mission over again. Nope. Nope, still no sleep darts. Okay, I think I'm going to... Okay, I wish I could exit the memory. Okay, I can craft it now. I don't know why I couldn't craft it before, but now I can at least craft them when I need them. Okay, so it's extremely worried there for a second. This mission would have been a wash. What's going on? Can I climb? There we go, that's what I need to do. Okay, are there any gators at this point? Crocodile, rather. Oh no. Yeah, I have to reload. I really want to get this optional objective done. I needed to be able to craft when I needed the optional objective. No, man. Okay, so I have sleep darts now. It's gonna go full restart. Yeah, so, long story short, you can see this mission seems like it's awesome on the surface, but like, looking into it,
You don't want it for your wives.
going a little deeper, and see that this sort of rigid linearity causes problems that I'm trying to deal with. I'm brushing up against these problems.
There's movement up ahead. Is it soldiers?
Because your path is so narrow and the actions that you need to take are so narrow, you really can't do anything any other way besides what the game has in mind. So,
What's your thinking?
Blackbeard's
if you look at the map here, you can see just how linear your path is. Like, there's really no other way to go through here besides just going through this whole. You can see just how straightforward this is.
So it's a good bet. Someone out there has prepared the medicine.
Now, that does not mean linear missions are bad necessarily. It just depends on how they give you options. But
So
here,
let's find where they've gathered and hope for the best.
I don't really think that there are many other options as far as dealing with the challenges that are in place.
We're drifting close to a watchtower.
The upside of this sort of this instance area, this separate level from the overworld, is that
There's another watchtower.
it does give you a different experience, a different type of environment that we won't see anywhere else. But the way that this specific mission is designed means that brings its own problems. It's
Keep her at half sail, Captain.
because you have to do it exactly as it is meant to be done.
Careful with the banks. Cannot pass them undetected, Captain.
Okay, so now I have sleep darts. I should be able to do this just fine. Okay, I know what I did wrong. Because I was I thought I was out of the ship, right? So I was trying to use my parkour to run like this. However, the same button used for parkour is also the heavy shot button when you're in the ship. So that's what happened last time. Now I know. That's a funny thing there, but it's not really a big deal just because you don't lose any progress. You don't have to do the whole thing over again. It just reveals a flaw in the control design, I suppose. The overlap there means that you end up failing. If you try to do the parkour, the running button, too soon. Yeah, see, now I'm behind the wheel. If I did that the same button, I would do the heavy shot.
I see them. Over there. Let us hope the river remains this wide.
All in all, I think this mission is... It's not necessarily the linear part of it that's the problem. It's just that it is so restrictive. It's ridiculously restrictive. Point where any misstep off the path
Steady as she goes,
is instant failure. And that's like perhaps the wrong way to do stealth. Alright, see, just like that, I one tiny misstep, and I can't really control the speed of my ship, very finely, so one little misstep just ends up being instant failure and I have to return. This is the type of problem that stealth games have been dealing with, well, since games have been trying to do stealth, is how it deals with your mistakes and whether you can recover from that in a way that makes sense, in a way that is fun.
Let us hope the river remains this wide.
Standard practice seems to be, revert back to an earlier checkpoint. Just try it over again. Do it right this time. That seems to be the case here. Case of games that try to give you a way out, try to give you like an option for recovery, a kind of recovery set of moves you can do to not just see a game over screen. You can try to recover your state of stealth. I guess those solutions are often hit and miss too. Like sometimes they're not even better than simply seeing a game over screen and back to a checkpoint. Okay, so this time I have my sleep darts. Oh, I have to... Apparently not. Apparently... you have to craft them. Again. Okay, this time, I don't know why I couldn't do it before, but this time I can craft them. Thank goodness for on-the-fly crafting. Solves this problem of on-the-fly crafting is fantastic. It really solves the problem of not having the proper tools for a mission. You just don't have the right ammo. So that's one thing I'm happy to see, at least. This mission that I'm not... You can't tell that I'm not really liking this mission because of how, again, how narrow your options are. Okay. Oh, apparently there's another one here. See that? Quickly. Okay. Oh, come on, really? There we go. At least the optional objectives are done. Okay, Kenway, you can feel free to go up. Okay. So now that I have all the tools that I need, I'm able to more fully deal with this. All the objectives that the game's having me try to accomplish. This time I will do definitely a more stealthy. Wait a second. Kenway, come on. Aw, Kenway. Alright, so ruining good old bad platforming of this game, or not bad, but suboptimal. Ends up ruining the experience here twice. It's in moments like this that I feel that the stealth works the best. When you're able to keep up, when you're doing everything correctly, and you're like being that badass ninja that's like just out of sight on the rooftops, hunting your prey. That's when it works.
There was an accident. Private Simon. This crocodile.
I don't care about your accidents. What's the word from the harbor, soldier?
Speak. No change, sir. They're holding fast, but are yet to kill or maim any of the captives. Near as we can
Okay,
take.
I'll try and take a...
It's time to
surrender. I've been entrusted with the affairs of the town, and I do
Tried to go on the high ground, but it wouldn't let me.
pirate, no matter how fierce his reputation.
Yes, sir.
As long as the supply key is with me, no man shall touch that medicine. May plague and calamity strike them all.
Bloody
What? Pirates! The ship's here! Pirates! Fall back to the mansion!
Wait a second. Why can't oh, it was a berserk dart. Should have been a sleep dart. That's what I wanted, a sleep dart. Alright, this is chase mission or chase. Wait, what's going on? I guess I didn't have to go to the side there. I could have just. Oh no. Yeah, see, one step out of line and instant failure. Again, this is another type of thing that seems interesting on the surface. Seems like it looks like fun and exciting stuff on the surface, but yeah, again, look, dealing with the suboptimal platforming parkour here. And I'm ending up going the wrong direction. Almost caught up to him.
Oh God! Oh God, save me! And flay all you devils! Ah!
Blackbeard made you as good an offer as ever a man got from any pirate. You might curse his methods, but medicine was all he wanted. And now he'll get it. You should have bartered, mate.
He has returned, Captain!
What's the take? 2 crates. And the means for mixing additional doses.
That's right thinking. Precious little of that these days.
You hear that, Mr. Rags? My young friend returns with offerings and so saves your scrawny neck.
Will you not thank him?
You should quit these waters, Thatch. The governor, he's bound to muster more soldiers.
You go on ahead, huh? I got some business in the north.
You're done, aren't you? Giving up on us. On Nassau.
Look, lad. I'm late in my 4th decade on this earth. And if I don't find some means to make the 5th quiet and cozy voyage, I'd rather sink to the devil's doorstep than call myself captain another year. Now reel me again, lad. In this world, or the one below.
Okay, I think, as far as the rating goes, let's say this is okay. I didn't really talk about much of the positives, but I think what is clear to me here is that the mission is more of a, when it works, it is really awesome. You're in this exciting chase sequence, but when it doesn't work, that's when it is frustrating. So it's like, and there's nothing in between. There's no experience in between. You just have to. You're one moment you're experiencing the really high highs, and then the next moment you're all of a sudden down to the really low lows of the frustrating failure. So that's why I say it's just good. It's worth it for the excitement, but then I don't really want to play it anymore. That's why I wanted to get it done 100% right now, because I don't want to play it again. Okay, it looks like we're being pulled out of the Animus. I think. That's what that means? Maybe? I don't know. We'll see.
Do you have a minute?
Aha, okay.
IDJ wanted to talk with us about putting together a trailer using some of the footage you've been recording this past month. Take your time. I'll meet you by the elevator.
Alright, so this is the instance where now we've reached a point in the main story of Edward Kenway's storyline where we can now unlock more story to see in this side parallel Abstergo mission, or let's call it, instead of saying outside the Animus, I guess we'll call it the Abstergo storyline. So now here we're going to see an opportunity to continue on with the exploration. Probably going to get a new security clearance here. Fairly straightforward in the way this works.
Are you ready? He's waiting for us.
Very, very regimented progress in that regard. So I wish it was a little bit more
I just watched some of your footage.
gradual, I suppose, instead of being
Blackbeard was
super
mental.
segmented.
And we all got so excited that we started talking about this idea for a trailer about him. Maybe start with him drinking, talking to some pirates, telling a story. Then we cut to him leaping across the deck of his boat and, sorry, his ship, not boat, but jumping around the deck of his ship, swinging from ropes and fighting like a devil. I mean, obviously we're gonna have to manipulate some of the existing footage to get it looking good, but it could be great. I'm getting a shiver in my timbers just thinking about it. Sorry.
Okay. See what this is going to be all about.
Bonjour, ça va? I hope we're not late.
No, you can go right.
Hi, Melanie. I saw you just walked in. I need a few minutes with you alone. Laetitia is on the phone and we're discussing the Kenway project.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry about this. I'll call you when we're ready.
Shouldn't be long.
Okay, so...
Hello? Hello?
Hmm.
Do you have a second? Of course you do.
Like our
It's a
security
waypoint on your map. I have another job for you.
security
I'd like
clearance is
link
going to be
all the
upgraded now.
cameras in the building to a central monitoring system, but most aren't calibrated correctly. Head to the right of Olivier's office. And if the receptionist complains, act like you're using the toilets.
So I'm not entirely sure why we're being brought into here, because, as I said before, the progress towards the observatory hasn't really increased. This seems to be more of an arbitrary pull out of the main story. It would make a little bit more sense if we had seen a breakthrough in the location of the observatory, our new lead, but that seems to be like super back burner. Like, trail is long cold, essentially. So, the reasoning for this being in here, not too exciting, or not too convincing, rather.
Another locked door. Not a problem.
Yeah, we're getting level 2.
You now have level 2 security clearance. Not bad for your first few weeks. Find the camera control station first.
So this will be later on, next time the game pulls me out of the Animus. Likely get level 3. So the way this works is that because it's tied essentially to the security clearance as a means to unlock new areas to explore, it is essentially, once we get that security clearance, we explore all the areas that we can explore with that security clearance, and then there's really no reason to come out of the Animus anymore until the next mandatory time that the game pulls you out. In previous games, I remember the experience outside the Animus being a little bit more gradual. Things would unlock not so in set intervals like that, like with this level 1, level 2, level 3 security clearance. It was a little bit more gradual to a point where you could let those things collect, and then when you felt right about coming out of the Animus, that was when you could come out and then do some stuff outside and go back in the Animus. Wasn't so regimented.
Ah, this is an interesting security measure. It looks like you need to find the right combination of numbers to adjust the wave. Easy enough, right? Pick a number selector, then change its value. Once you find the right combination of numbers, you should get access.
Target number is 70. Okay. So, like we're dealing with like wave interference or something. Trying to make our wave look like the background wave there. Close. Okay, I see. Basically like fine-tuning it until
It works.
you narrow in on the result you want.
Or whatever the fuck else interests us, Olivier, you will deliver it. Full stop.
Uh-huh.
I understand that, Leticia. I'm sorry if that came up wrong. We are not trying to be a bottleneck here, but we just don't have the resources right now to do 2 times the research.
Finding that balance is your priority. Your entertainment products are simply a means to pay the bills for larger and more important work. That's the way the world works. Dirty money buys clean hospitals. You get it?
We're on board, Leticia, rest assured. We have our best employee working on this, but it will take time.
That means you.
Good. And thank you. The both of you. I look forward to seeing what you deliver. Until then, I'll see you at the shareholders meeting, Olivier.
Looking forward to it. Bye-bye. Tabarnak! It's a little too early for that kind of abuse, huh? Come on.
So, what's next?
We do as the lady says. Focus on the observatory.
Assassins, Templars, crazy talk. I'm curious about this shareholders meeting, though. How about you break into Olivier's office and see if you can find his schedule? Oh, what? You don't like that idea? Well, how about I blow the fucking whistle on you, hacker? I own you. What I mean is, I don't want to ruin your life. So, do as I say. Now, step over to the window.
Okay, so we have access to everything we can see here. Might as well explore a little bit. Admit it and submit to them, or admit them. Admit them and submit to them. Yes, we submit that by being ourselves the product of an advanced yet earthbound race of intelligent humanoids, we must also therefore be tools ourselves and subject to the intents and purposes of our creators despite our limited agency. I'm sure these little sticky notes coalesce to something that makes a little bit more sense. We're gathering bits and pieces about the precursor race. Over time, we can get a better picture of that stuff. What is this all about? Oh, this is just a continuation. This is actually where it's supposed to go. This is not true exploration.
You can't waltz into Olivier's office through the front door, so I've opened another route. Up we go. Did you know that Abstergo was run by Templars? Oh, yeah. Sounds like crackpot stuff, I know. But then again, the moon landing was fake, right? So, anything's possible.
Aha, so that's what this area of the map was. Look, I was curious about this earlier. Seems like we're able to come in through here.
Through that door, or throw yourself off the terrace. Those are your options.
I guess I don't really care much about hacking.
Oh, well done.
Bet they're wondering where I am.
Find his computer. Make it snappy. We're looking for the shareholders meeting schedule. It's worth a lot of money to us.
Okay, so no sticky notes here. I remember there was nothing like here, so just this computer. Oh, whoops. Being a little bit impatient. What's that all about? Ah. Okay, I can pass through that. I see how it works. Alright, this is a little long. Wow, okay, that's really, really long. It's like an entire series of emails. Probably talks about the Templars throughout history and whatnot, but I'm not going to sit here reading all this. They'll do that off stream. But really interesting, really interesting info dump here. I don't know, this game really loves its info dumps. These big dumps of emails and really long text. These really long text, like exposition type things, form of letters. I don't know. Probably could stand to be a little bit shorter, that I talked about before. Not exactly fine, or what's the word? It's not really nuanced in terms of delivering story bits to you in more digestible chunks. It likes to give you these really big info dumps in hopes that you sit here and just read all of it. Normally I would sit here and read all of it just because I like this stuff. I like reading this stuff in general, but for purposes of the stream, I'm going to keep going.
Pirate through and through, ain't you? Now, get down to the lobby. There's a courier waiting. Yeah, that's right. I've been planning this for a few hours. Now, wait. The receptionist. Hold on. I'll try something.
Now, what I'm more interested in is not this particular mission here, but rather exploring after this. Now that I have the level 2 clearance.
Now, hurry down to the lobby before I remotely detonate your earpiece. Don't even think about ratting me out. My tracks are covered. Yours ain't.
I don't know why this guy is being so demanding and threatening. How does he know that I don't really just want to go along with him? Just because it's exciting. More exciting to do this stuff, to be a whistleblower, I guess. Yeah, he doesn't. I don't. The guy doesn't not really have to do much coercion. I would have just done that stuff just for the fun of it.
Hey there, I just got a call about picking up another transfer.
Oh, you said you were here to see me.
Yes, that is one of the perks. Let's see it. A conference in Chicago, very nice. Thanks for this. We'll be in touch.
Ciao, Rebecca. Text me.
Stuff it, Hastings.
So my one question about this, of course, bring it back up,
Well
is...
done, friend. Very well done. Apologies for my temper tantrum there. You are with the good guys, I promise. We'll keep you safe. Trust me. Go on back to work. We'll be in touch.
So I have level 2 clearance, I can go here now. My only question about these two characters here, I love that they're back, and I'm able to see them again because they're characters that I kind of liked in the previous Assassin's Creed games. Good to see them return. I don't know if it makes a whole lot of sense that they're back here working for Abstergo. Abstergo knows who they are, so strange that they're able to work here without any sort of disguise. So yeah, that's my only qualm about them returning in this state. Perhaps it would have made more sense for them to be wearing disguises.
Security guys.
Okay, let's check out this area. Sticky note. So this part of the Abstergo segment of the game more interesting to me than those missions. Those missions are there just to open up another segment of this company, this building that I couldn't access before. So this is where the real stuff I like to do is in exploration, getting these backstory bits. I do mean the bits. The bits are more interesting than the really long stuff. Remember that our relentless, impertinent hollow drive to achieve everything our forebears did has led to many embarrassments and had disasters, nuclear weapons, super viruses, genetically modified poison food, toxic air, plastic sea wreck, and seed spawn. List goes on. You can look it up for yourselves on the internet, but all this had secret purpose in the end. Okay. And do we have a computer? Yes we do. Okay. Yeah, this one has 4. So, try to see how far these go. Okay. Too high. Basically, just want it to narrow down, fiddle these until we reach that target number. Combinations are getting pretty close. Aha. Okay, found one. Found a good combination. Not entirely sure I'm doing that right, but it's not too hard to whittle it down till the right combination. Okay, so not sure what this is all about. Can't do anything here. Maybe this will have some bearing later on, but not right now. Doesn't seem like. that camera over there. Alright, so this is actually something new. Seeing now, controlling these cameras, potentially seeing new stuff this way. Getting to new areas. Yeah, this stuff I like the most. Wasn't anything here, right? No.
Yeah, just like mine.
Let's see, what were these clearances? These were level 3, okay.
Same though, is it?
Okay, there. I believe there are some level 2 clearance areas in floor 2, so let's check those out now. But yeah, you see what I mean when I'm talking about how regimented this stuff is. You have to wait till the game opens up a new area for you. Then you basically explore that whole area as far as possible until you reach the dead end, and then you just go back into the main storyline of Edward Kenway. So, yeah, I wish this was a little bit more gradually placed, so I could come out of the Animus more often. See these in perhaps smaller chunks rather than all at once. That maybe I'm not doing all of Security Clearance 2 all at once. I'm doing maybe one room at a time. I suppose like I could do that myself, but you know, now that I'm out of the Animus, there's really no reason not to explore in this fashion. It makes sense. Like maybe just the way the game unlocks these areas just needed to be different. They could have been, say, sufficient rewards for doing stuff in the Kenway main mission, or not main mission, but just in the Kenway game. Every time you do something in the Animus, you unlock something outside the Animus. Being that is well understood that tools, homes, cars, cutlery, pencils, tables, books, chairs, domesticated animals, light bulbs, mobile phones, sex toys, vacation homes, sofas, lounge chairs, swimming pools, etc., are indirect byproducts of our genotypic expressions, otherwise known as extended phenotypes we submit. Yeah, these sticky notes don't follow together. They're just all random excerpts of other thoughts, other things. Okay. Is there anything else in here? Level 3. Keep that in mind. There are also some computers. One there. One here. So I hope these are not the really long audio dramas that we've seen before. So as I said, I'm not going to listen to a whole long one of those again. Maybe I'll listen for like a small amount of time, but then after that, cut it off. Okay, so this is not a long audio diary thing, this is a long text dump. Again, I'm sure that all this is fascinating backstory material, but not appropriate for a stream. You know, even if I wasn't streaming, I would think that those things were a little too long. If I sat there reading it, listening to those really long audio diaries, it just, as I said before, it just breaks up the action, it breaks up the pacing, the regular flow of the game. You want those things to be short, so that you can keep moving around here. There's actually 3, okay. Oh, whoops. I'll get the hang of this eventually. The thing about this is that I do them so infrequently that I can't really get the hang of them. I can't really practice. If there are more of them, then I could potentially get good at them. Here I don't really have much of a chance to get good at them. Okay, text dump. Okay, so see they have images, they have pictures of Shaun and Rebecca there, so they know. This confirms that Abstergo here knows what they look like. Yeah, there's Rebecca. So why Abstergo would let them back in? Not entirely sure. It's possible that they do know who they are and they're letting them, you know, fall into a trap. But I would have to imagine that these characters aren't that stupid to willfully fall into that trap. So I'm still confused about that deal there, why they are in Abstergo, how they made that happen without disguises or anything like that. Surely there must have been some sort of deal or repentance there. So this is a good example of something that's easily digestible. There's just a series of images you can process in a quick amount of time. That's a good example of a unlock, I guess, a collectible in terms of a backstory thing. Bad example are those really long ones, of course. Alright, another one of these. Oh no. Yeah, I don't have a chance. That's my excuse I'm gonna use. I don't have a chance to get good at this. Okay. For the next one. Good enough.
Okay, this is on.
It looks like this is going to be another nice long voice acting session from good old Nolan North here. Well, I do like to hear the man, you know, use his talents. Great voice acting.
Rebecca's off getting batteries for something. Shaun's in his room doing.
We'll listen to a little bit of it.
And you're out getting some food. Me? Well, I'm supposed to be getting ready to break into some offices in the financial district. Feels just like prepping for one of your old training drills, actually. 10 years go by, and then you show up, and it's like I was never gone, and we're right back to the ball busting and the conspiracies and the paranoia.
Okay, I'm going to listen to that later. Keep moving on forward. See if there's no sticky notes. Are there any more sticky notes that I might have missed before I head out? I don't think so. So again, I'm just going to listen to that on my own time from now on. Listen to a few really long ones earlier on. I said I wouldn't do that again. Okay, any more level 2 here? She has a sticky note in there. I wonder when there'll be an opportunity to get that. Alright, here's the level 2. Was there another one in here too? I think there might be. Yeah, there is. So there's a level 2 in here, and there's one more, so let's check this out. Okay, I guess first we'll do a sticky note run. Try and find any of those. Okay, here's one. Machines we made shaped us in turn and took hold of our impulses and our minds, small as they are, and gripped us like an iron maiden bleeding us empty. It was our poor understanding of our oranges that led us to originate tools we were capable of understanding or controlling, as if the cotton gin was not enough, and one day our sweaters and undershirts might talk to us, as if this were not enough. Okay. Sounds like the ramblings of a madman, but there's some interesting ideas in there regarding the way our technology, derivative of the precursor human technology, and how we don't fully understand it, we don't fully understand ourselves. All these interesting ideas about the way the past works, or the way origins of our lives are, seems to be the focus of those sticky notes. Okay, I don't see any more, apparently. And one thing I'm not really doing all that much is just taking in all the little details of the environment, just like looking at these little tchotchkes here. Again, if you take the time to stop and just pay attention to that stuff, take that in, I find that stuff is a lot more interesting than the more I don't know how to describe them, the more high-level collectibles, the high-level details of the game where you're actually directly interacting with them. Here, this is just background detail, essentially, but when you actually look at them, look at those details, you see a lot more about the environment. You learn probably as much about the world around you as you do from any one of those sticky notes, for example. So that's like that's Connor from Assassin's Creed 3. I find it fascinating. I'm sure I'm not the only one who does this, but fascinating to look at these details. Also look at things like magazines in the world. Look at those textures up close. See what little details that we can gather from them. Because sometimes you see little surprises if you pay attention. Another really interesting thing about these background clues is just how, for the most part, even when you don't look at them directly, you absorb them naturally as you go through, just like you absorb the world around you in real life naturally. These are just like they're just simply informing what the world is around you, what it is all about. Looking at them even closer, it's just even more interesting to to look into that, the way those details work. We're curious to see like everything is so deliberately placed. You have to keep in mind that this was developed by level designers who placed everything in the world. So none of this stuff is random. If anything, they're not here for any specific detail or message to convey. They're, at the very least, meant to look realistic. Meant to immerse you in the world, make a complete picture of the world around you. So, like this is the kind of thing that fascinates me most. Sometimes it's not even necessarily the missions or the actions you do. It looks like the Joker But just appreciating stuff like this, the design, the details, the finer things. Alright, I don't think I see any more sticky notes. Let's I guess hack this computer. See what's in here. Haven't seen one of these in quite a while. Oh, it's like a teleport. Huh, okay. Went that totally by accident, but curious new element to this. I like it when these little mini-games aren't just static and flat. Is that as you progress through the game, they add little details, little nuances, just like that teleport thing, that make them a little bit more interesting as you go forward. A little bit more challenging. Okay, this one's a nice little chunk. It's digestible. One of history's most overlooked leaders, Madeleine de Lisle, freed hundreds of slaves and brought them to sanctuary in a tropical haven whose construction she oversaw personally, brutally cut down at the peak of her career by Aveline de Grandpré. The orphan she rescued from a broken home, Madeleine served as Master Templar in the southern colonies from 1764 to 1777. I would say, like, I guess what we can glean from this is that even Templars have done great things, have done seemingly positive things in history. We also have to take this from the perspective of a filter, that this is a Templar-based company and they're filtering history to look good for the Templars. So maybe they're only able to see them in a positive light. I wonder... But it's interesting, from a different perspective, we can see that Templars have done some seemingly decent things, like freeing these slaves. Here's a Master Templar who freed slaves. So, even the Templars have reason to free slaves and abolish slavery. At the same time, other Templars had reasons to ensure slavery persisted at the same time. So, yeah, it just depends on the situation, I suppose, but interesting to see there are positive examples of Templars in the world. There are 4 computers here? I guess so. I don't see any more sticky notes. Look at this skateboard. Man, I'm glad to see all this new stuff in the Abstergo overworld here. I feel like that's been the most it's been the most interesting thing I've seen in a while. So I just got stuck in my ways regarding the oh, here we go. Regarding the pirate world. Good to change things up. So this is a good example of a parallel storyline you can explore non-linearly, and you're able to change the pacing of the overall narrative. Oh, there was a good example of me being tired a little bit of the pirate stuff. I wanted something new, something different to do, some side quests, and finally caught a break in that regard. And all this stuff is pretty fascinating to see. And sometimes, like, these breaks like this, are all that we need to go back to appreciating the primary storyline. Okay, so I'm not going to read all this again, but interesting to see. So, you know what? Interesting to see regardless, this stuff. And I'll do this stuff later. I think it's all the more important to stress that it would have been better as a more gradual more gradual unlocking of these things, because of how you need those breaks from the main storyline. Okay, this one's curious. Nope. I have to somehow land on the edge. That. No, that's not it. Okay, where is an edge? I haven't really seen... Oh, here we go. Got it. Okay, how long is this? This one's not that long. Okay. How many ancestors do you have? How many of their secrets are locked away in your genes? And how many of their stories are you willing to share with the rest of us? Welcome to the fascinating world of genetic memory retrieval. We here at Abstergo Entertainment are now poised at the precipice of this exciting new frontier, technology and science that will change the way we view the past and live the future. In the coming year, we'll be opening studios all across the world dedicated to a single purpose, collecting and archiving stories locked away in human DNA. We need your help. We're looking for courageous men and women to donate their genetic material to our historical research team and help us make rehistory. Donate today. So join us, Abstergo Entertainment, where the past is our playground. Funny that they want you to donate rather than offer you any sort of money for your history, essentially. But I guess nobody owns history, right? So I guess they could make that argument that you don't own your own history, rather. You might own your own personal history, but you don't own your ancestors' history. So I guess from a legal perspective, they might say that's why we're not paying you for your ancestors' history. Maybe, I'm just speculating. Okay, so how do I land on that? There is one, like, over here, so I have to somehow get over there. Ah, found it. Alright, so I think once I explore all of the level 2 security clearance stuff, that's when I'll wind down the stream, so...
Our researchers looked into the life of Altair Ibn Lahad, hoping to find a biography that might serve as a positive role model for Abstergo's global outreach programs. Unfortunately, this renegade assassin proved to be no such thing. In much of his footage, we see a man gleefully flouting some of his culture's most entrenched taboos, with an arrogance that borders on messianic.
Altair! No! This is not our way! To burn a man's body is forbidden!
Many of our researchers felt that the arguments articulated by Altair's rival, a man known as Abbas, were clearer and more cogent than any we heard from Altair. I recently put in a request that more effort be dedicated to locating one of Abbas's descendants, if any exist. It's clear to us that Altair's transgressions were the primary motivation behind the ultimate dissolution of his despicable order by the middle of the 13th century. We therefore strongly recommend a pass on this property, in favor of a more agreeable and inspiring figure from this era.
Well, that's really interesting. If you played the first game, played Altair, as well as played some of Assassin's Creed 2 and 3, where you also play as Altair in parts of that game.
Our researchers looked into the...
Now, bringing that to mind, those were also some great side missions in Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood. The Altair missions. You didn't just have the Ezio. You know, his early days. You also were able to experience Altair missions, and learn more about him and learn more about his world there. But I guess essentially ran out of Altair missions to provide as far as side missions go. So the series can't just rely on him forever as far as side missions. So that makes a great example of what those games were able to pull from as far as side missions before. As far as that specific cutscene there, that specific report, it's really interesting to see that Abstergo's perspective on Altair. Very different from the assassin's perspective. So it's just a nice little treat for fans who have seen that before. Okay. Final thing. Another one of these. 126. Oh, 125. Ah, so close. Okay, found the right combination of things. I still don't know exactly what I'm doing there, but it's just more based on feel and intuition on how I can narrow the stuff down.
Yeah, with the highest levels of security clearance from 17 different countries, Abstergo actually has a legal right to arrest me.
Is there any reason to do this stuff? Like, is there something that we can actually see here? We unlock a certain dialogue scene that we would have otherwise not seen if we didn't have this camera. I really don't think there's anything to see here. Maybe I'll have to look into this later on, I'm not sure. Like, okay, maybe one thing is, like, if you see someone in her office, you could come here and then overhear that conversation, for instance. That's what I'm thinking. Right now, there isn't anything to see in that regard. So I'll keep that in mind. I'll come here and I can be able to see that dialogue. So yeah, I don't know. No sticky notes in here apparently. Okay, with that in mind, I think I'll wind down the stream now. I will... Where's my place here? Right here. Alright, so this will be the last stream I do for the next 2 weeks because I am heading overseas to visit family, so keep that in mind. This will be the final thing until around beginning of September is when I'll pick things back up. For now, this will be the end. So I hope you have anybody watching have a good summer. You have those next 2 weeks will be fun for you. Maybe you can catch up on any of the archives that I have, which are on youtube.com/YamsterSam. Also, follow me on Twitter at YamsterSam. I'll be able to tweet from where I am, but not stream. I won't be able to stream. I can tweet. And with that, I think I'll call it a stream, and I'll see you in a couple weeks continue on with the Kenway storyline, have a nice break, and like I said before, I'll be able to see the game with fresh eyes. It will get back in, and hopefully I won't be complaining about it so much. I want to be able to see the game for its positives too. I want to be able to discuss those positives. I feel like I haven't been giving the positives enough justice as far as describing them. I've been describing too many negatives, so hopefully the vacation trip overseas is exactly what I need in that regard. So, thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.